What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the ufcnoche main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Dana White says this is going to be one of the greatest sporting events of all time, and while I have some doubts in that statement, I can't deny how good this main event is. We finally have a deserving contender fighting for a title. Who would have guessed? Merab Dvalishvili is an absolute machine, and that's his nickname for a reason. He's on an 11-fight win streak, and he's beaten notable former champions like Petr Yan and like Jose Aldo. The guy is a killer, he's the real deal, and he provides some big dangers to the champion, Sean O'Malley. However, on the flip side, the bantamweight champion of the world proved to everybody that he is the champion for a reason last time out against Chito Vera. While he didn't pick up a finish, he absolutely dominated Chito Vera from start to finish, and I think there were some scorecards that were even reading 50-43. And that's not exactly something you see in title fights. Usually, it's a little bit more competitive than that. But Sean O'Malley put on an absolute masterclass and showed everybody that he is one of the best strikers in the entirety of the UFC. And while his opponent definitely can't hang with him on the feet, Merab Dvalishvili is a wrestling monster. He grabs guys, mauls them, and dominates them from start to finish. He did that against Petr Yan, and most recently, he did that against Henry Cejudo. But Merab isn't without flaws himself. I find his striking to be pretty lackluster, and I think he's really chinny. And that's not a good combo to have against a guy like Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley's a sniper. He's the definition of a sharpshooter, and he's going to find your chin one way or another. And the question really is if you can withstand all those type of punches. And I'm sure Merab can for a bit, but eventually Sean is going to crack him and he's going to sit him down. I mean, if you can get knocked down by Henry Cejudo, then Sean O'Malley can put your lights out. Merab also made a really stupid decision in the build-up to this fight, and he decided to post a cut he got in training online. It was right above his eye. Dana even gave him an earful for that, and you just don't want to give Sean O'Malley a video like that to go off of heading into a title fight. I mean, like I mentioned, Sean's a sniper. He's a sharpshooter. He's going to find that cut, and he's going to exploit it, and it could lead to the beginning of the end for Merab. So you're going to have Sean O'Malley's distance management versus Merab's pressure, and whoever wins that battle is going to win the fight. Sean is going to try and stay on the outside, I think, and he's going to just try and pick Merab apart. He has an insane reach advantage in this matchup, so he's going to use that to his advantage, and if he can keep on the outside and Merab can't get to him, it's going to be a long night for Merab. Or a quick one, because if Sean gets his way, I think he's going to be able to put his lights out in the first couple of rounds. I honestly do. Merab is really chinny, and I keep seeing that knee in my head that he landed on Chito Vera and wondering if that lands on Merab, if he's even going to be conscious. Part of me also questions, though, is if Sean is going to be able to withstand Merab's relentless pressure and his takedowns. I mean, he did good against Aldo. Aldo really only shot for one, and he didn't succeed. But Petr Yan was landing takedowns on Sean, and maybe you could say, okay, he wasn't really expecting them from Yan because Yan's mainly a striker. But, I mean, look what Merab did to Petr Yan in the grappling exchanges and in the wrestling. He dominated him and landed a record amount of takedowns on Petr Yan. So, I don't know. That's something interesting to keep in mind, too, because if Sean isn't able to withstand the takedowns from Merab, is Merab just going to go in there and maul him? Or will Sean be able to do some work on his back and potentially be able to get back up? Personally, I'm banking on the fact that Merab won't be able to take Sean down as much as he wants. I think he will land a takedown or two, but I think O'Malley will do well enough to pop right back up and continue the fight the way he wants to. And after a while, I think if Merab starts missing a lot of takedowns and forces himself to just strike on the feet with O'Malley, he's going to lose. And I could see it going exactly how the Aljamain Sterling fight went. Aljo and Sean in the first round, Aljo decided to test himself and strike with Sean. Realized he wasn't having a ton of success and went for takedowns later on. Those takedowns didn't work, and then he resorted to just going back on the feet with Sean, and he got knocked out. So I see something very similar happening with Merab here. I think Merab's going to test the waters a bit on the feet, but eventually he's just going to start shooting for double legs, and if Sean's able to defend them, Merab's going to get his lights put out too. And I don't want to downplay how dangerous of a fighter Merab Dvalishvili is, because I think some people are overlooking him heading into this matchup, but I also don't think people are wrong to pick Sean O'Malley. I mean, Sean, he's a sharpshooter. He's one of the best strikers in the UFC. He has grappling that a lot of people don't know about, and overall is a champion for a reason. So it's not dumb to pick O'Malley in this matchup, but it is dumb to just overlook Merab because of how dumb he is and the decisions he makes. He's very dangerous. He's a great wrestler, and if he can have his way, it can be a really long night for Sugar Sean. But ultimately, I don't see that happening. My official prediction is going to be Sean O'Malley to win this fight via knockout in the second or third round. I think he's going to have his way with Merab. I think he's going to be able to keep his distance, and I think he's going to open up that cut early that Merab has. And it's not going to be a good mix for Merab. Also, it looks like Merab may have staph infection. There were pictures online floating around where you could see the spot on his arm. So that's not going to help him either. We all know what happens when fighters have staph infection. They fight a hell of a lot worse. So we'll see what happens in this matchup, but I am going to be taking Sean O'Malley. I think it's going to be entertaining either way, but I just don't want to pick against Sugar Sean right now. The guy's on top of the world. He's a superstar, and he's only growing every single fight. So give me O'Malley to win this one. Give me him to win it in exciting fashion, too. I think it's going to be a sick knockout, highlight reel worthy, and we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Merab went in there and got the job done, but I think everything's stacking against him. And like I said, O'Malley's at the peak of his powers, so I'm going to take him to get the job done. There you guys have it, though. Those are my thoughts on this UFC 306 main event. Let me know if you guys agree with me. Do you think Sean is going to win this fight, or do you think Merab has a fighting chance and people are overlooking him? Let me know down below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Also, stay tuned for more videos just like this one. We're going to be talking about some of the other fights on this card and overall the Noche UFC event in general. So be on the lookout for those videos as well. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.